What is good with y'all, man? So today we're going to be going over which version of Madden 22 is the best to pre-order, right? So basically I'm going to explain all three. We got the Dynasty Edition, we got the MVP Edition, and we got just normal Madden 22, which basically, you know, you get all this just from behind the game, period. Pre-order, nothing, it doesn't matter, right? So I'm gonna, explain them all, right? Recommend which one is the best for you. So first up, let's go ahead and start with the Madden NFL 22, right? If you pre-order it, right, which it's I think $60, right? I don't actually know the prices for all of these, but yeah. So Madden 22, choose between Brady or Mahomes power-up item. All of the versions give you that, right? As long as you pre-order the game, you get that, period, right? Elite passer strategy item. If you don't know what that is basically the new way that offensive and defensive chems work. There's no more go deep, play fake, lockdown, pass rush, all that stuff. It's strategy items now. So basically you would get an elite passer one, which is an offensive, the new offensive chems or whatever, which we don't really know how you unlock them. So for them to give you one off the rip is pretty good. So yeah, but like I said, all of these give you that though. So you get a level up gear capsule, which is just, honestly, I'm not sure what that is, but it says it's for leveling up, so it just can't be that, it can't be that. Like, none of these things are really that important so far, except for the elite, passive strategy. Like, the Brady Mahomes power up, it's like whatever, right? You know what I mean? It's not that hard to get a power up anyway, especially for those two guys when their cards aren't even really that good, right? So we got franchise staff 20 points, right? If you play franchise, cool, that's not that important. Face of the franchise in the yard, the general player class starting at level 10. That's more franchise stuff. Tom Brady gear capsule. I'm sure this is for like I think these capsule things are for the yard or whatever. I think that they're for the yard. I could be wrong though, but they're not anything too crazy, right? And then choice out of one of 32 NFL stars. So that's all this stuff here right here. I would recommend just getting the normal version of Madden if you're a guy that just really plays franchise, regs. If you're not if you don't play MUT and you're not big on MUT, I would say just pre-order the normal version of Madden because they really, it basically gives you nothing from MUT. You get nothing from MUT in it. So if you're a guy that's just regs franchise, get this. The other two, right, we're gonna take a deep dive into these, but Madden 22, the normal, because honestly you don't even have to pre-order this shit. You could literally just, because you don't even get the game early if you pre-order this. You don't even get it early, so you know what I mean, there's no point even actually pre-ordering this. If you just want to get the normal version of Madden, just buy it when it actually comes out. Don't even pre-order it because you don't even get the game early. So it's like, yeah. So that's all I gotta say about the normal Madden 22 edition, right? Let's go ahead and get into the MVP. But actually, we're gonna do the MVP and the Dynasty kind of at the same time because they're pretty similar, except for a few things which I'm gonna explain. And yeah, so they both get to choose Brady Mahomes power up, right? Cool. The elite pass strategy item, the level up gear capsule, like I said, which I think it's for the yard if I'm not mistaken. They both get the 3-day early access. The dual entitlement, and the dual entitlement, if you don't know what that is, you could play the PS4 version and the PS5 version, so you get both versions of Madden 22. So yeah. Franchise, you get 100 staff points, and that's for the Dynasty Edition. MVP Edition, you get 60 points. Once again, it's franchise. We're not going to be talking a whole lot about franchise. We're talking about MUT here. This is a MUT channel. More franchise stuff. Don't give a fuck. Tom Brady gear capsule, and like I said, I think that's for the yard. If someone can let me know what the gear capsules are, I'm pretty sure it's for the yard though. They both get the choice of one of NFL, the choice of one out of 32 NFL stars. Both of those get those. Choice of Brady or Mahomes elite items. So that's basically, they both get this. Basically, you get to choose. Do you want to get the, what is it, Mahomes, because I think he's like an 88 or 87 overall, or the Brady, he's like an 87 overall or something like that. You get to choose between both of them. In my opinion, both those cards are not that good, and I would actually recommend two quarterbacks that I already seen that personally I think look better than them. Trevor Lawrence and the Herbie Derby. Yeah, Justin Herbert. Both, I think those two quarterbacks looked better than Brady and Mahomes, right? And you can't really say, oh well, it depends on the abilities they all get. Everyone's gonna get pretty much the same fucking abilities off the rip, you know what I mean? So, except for Lamar Jackson, when he drops, he might get skateboards or something. So, but yeah, so those are both the same thing for both editions. Exclusive challenges during early access window, they both get that, and that actually is some really good challenges off the rip for Madden 22. I do have to say they're dropping a lot of challenges for no money spent, guys. Like, I'm probably gonna do some of my damn stuff just to, you know, save some money and get some cards and shit. I'll be honest, right? And then the last thing you get here for the MVP edition is the 11 team fantasy packs. That's where it ends, and then the Dynasty edition keeps going, and this is where it gets good because you get choice of Brady or Mahomes curated legend packs. So basically what this is right here is there's two packs. There's one where it has a picture of Mahomes, and there's one where it has a picture of Brady. You get to pick one. So on Mahomes, you get two cards. You get both of them. You get Randy Moss and Deion Sanders, and they're really fucking good, right? I don't know if you guys have seen in my videos covering all those cards and stuff, but Randy Moss is good. Deion's really good. If you pick the Tom Brady one, you get Wes Welker and Rodney Harrison, who isn't as good, but either way, right, with the Dynasty edition, you get two legit starters for your team. Like Deion, he's like 88 speed, really good stats, and then you get Randy Moss, 87 speed, really good stats. So I know for a fact those two guys are going to be starters on my team day one, right? So off the rip, that's a huge dub. And then obviously you get 22 team fantasy packs instead of 11, which 22 is a fucking lot. So I don't know the prices for the MVP in the Dynasty edition, but what I do know is this, right? The Dynasty edition is only pre-order, so once like the game actually comes out, you can't get this Dynasty edition, right? You can still get the MVP after the game comes out. Like, that version will be there, but the Dynasty, it's not going to be there. It's pre-order only. So I'm getting the Dynasty edition, right? Because I play MUT extremely heavy. The MVP, all you really get from MUT, right? You get the elite passive strategy item. You get Mahomes and Brady power up, which is like whatever, right? You get Brady or Mahomes to pick as your starting quarterback. You get some nice you get some early access challenges. You get 11 team fantasy packs. I feel like if you plan on getting them, now obviously the only way to get the game early is you would have the cheapest one to get is the MVP edition. But in my opinion, like, I don't work for EA. I'm not associated with EA. I don't, right? So don't even say that. But I would recommend getting the Dynasty edition just because you get so much more stuff from 22 team fantasy packs. You get Randy Moss and pretty much Deion Sanders, right? A whole lot of challenges, right? If you want to use Brady or Mahomes at quarterback, there's that. So you get the game early. I mean, I feel like that's the best deal if you ask me. The MVP edition, I feel like it's a little lackluster. 11 team fantasy packs. You get the Dynasty, you get 11 more. And besides, like, card wise, the only person you really get is Brady or Mahomes. Like, these 11 team fantasy packs ain't really gonna be shit. 22, that's kind of turned. So I'm getting the Dynasty edition, right? And that's the one I would recommend. The Madden NFL 22 one is for people that don't play my regs franchise. The MVP edition I feel like is a little lackluster, and it just, you know, I don't think it's worth the buck, even though I don't know how much it actually is worth, but I still don't feel like it's worth the buck. The Dynasty edition I feel like is worth the buck, even though once again I still don't know how much it is. But I know, talking about MUT, it gives you a whole lot of shit, and I'd recommend it, right? If you don't got the money for it though, honestly, I feel like this: if you still can't get the Dynasty edition, I wouldn't even get the MVP edition. I would just get Madden 22, and I would just buy packs. Seriously, if I were y'all, if you can't get the Dynasty edition, don't get the MVP edition. Just buy Madden 22 and just buy packs on MUT. You're better off doing that, because because they're going to charge you extra for the MVP edition just to really not give you anything. You know what I mean? So personally, I would recommend either get the Dynasty edition or get the normal edition. I wouldn't recommend getting the MVP edition. I don't feel like it's worth it, right? So that's pretty much it though, boys. Just kind of one of the, you know, the reason why I waited so long to break down the which one to pre-order, because I know obviously everyone has been made these videos, but the reason why I waited is because not everyone was able to explain to you every little thing in here, right? Because we didn't know what elite passer strategies were. We didn't know what the hell choice of Brady or Mahomes curated legend pack was, right? There's a lot of stuff that we didn't know what it was. So I was like, I'm gonna wait till we get some information on this stuff so I can bring it to you guys. And now we finally know what all this shit is. So I'm here to bring it to you, right? I'm getting the Dynasty Edition. If you don't got the money, just get normal 22 and buy packs. I would stay away from the MVP Edition. But that is pretty much gonna do it though, boys. Like, comment, subscribe, man. If you haven't already, go ahead and drop me a follow over on Twitch. The link is in the description. And that is pretty much gonna do it though, boys. Your boy is out.